Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Aaliyah, and yeah, this is my first reaction video. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel or follow this channel, follow this page, wherever you see this video posted. Whatever you need to do, hit whatever button you need to do on whatever platform you see this on so you can keep up with me and see the new videos that I have coming. So this, my first video that I'm reacting to, I actually saw it before one time, like late at night. Just came across my like recommendations, so I watched it. So yeah, let's get into it. So this video is from a YouTuber by the name of Julia. I'm not sure how to say her last name, Pishito. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Hey there, this week I'm going to be trying to eat for just $1 a day. This will be including all of my breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. I did this back in 2023, but I wanted to see if it was still possible to do in 2024, but this week of meals is really perfect if you find yourself needing to stick to a lower grocery budget for about a week until you're able to get back to your normal grocery budget. But right now it is a little past 7 o'clock in the morning, so let's go head over to Walmart right now.
Okay, so first off, let's make this full screen. Yeah, so starting off in the video, first of all, she's really pretty. Very pretty. I love her hair. I love how nice it is. She crimpled it, all that stuff. That's how it looks crimped. I don't know, maybe her hair is naturally wavy. No idea. But I love her hair. It looks really good. So when I, knowing the title of the video was like dollar per day, seeing all this, and then you see this lady, and look at her background, guys. Look at the background. Let me remove my little thing. Okay, you guys see her stove? Do you see her stove? It's like a top, like a top thing, like a gas powered top burner situation. Like I think those are called a range. I don't know, but I feel like I only see this in people's houses who have money, so she's probably super rich. So keep that in mind, okay? And then also just look at the background. Look, she got decorations in her kitchen, like all this, like, like not just that one or two like little like scripture, like she has multiple. So I'm like, okay, this lady does not look poor. Why is she trying to do $1 per day? Like, what? But so I guess she's just doing it for content for her channel. So let's all like go into this in our heads like, okay, this lady is doing this for content, right? But let's keep going. Hold on, why isn't that playing? Okay, here we go.
I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Let's see what groceries that we could grab for the week. Then we're going to come back home. Then I'm going to get started on breakfast. I am looking for a variety of foods today that will stretch and are a good deal. I made my way down the frozen fruit and veggie aisle first. Frozen or canned vegetables are typically a lot less expensive than fresh vegetables, so I grabbed this 12-ounce bag of frozen mixed vegetables. Now I'm headed down the baking aisle for a treat this week. I have some fun ideas planned for this all-purpose baking mix. And I don't know about where you live, but as far as dry beans, where I live, pinto beans are always the least expensive bean at my store for like a pound of beans. So I grabbed this 1-pound bag of pinto beans. I do want a pound of rice, and I noticed the brown rice.
Okay, so oh my god, this is crazy. I just the dry beans, y'all. This is honestly, this is a lot of work. If you gonna try this, like, keep in mind all this stuff that you're doing like this is like you're not getting those like the convenience, because like you guys, you'll see in the video, because like I know this just based off like growing up. Like if you guys don't know anything about me, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago, so this is not really my voice. I do a lot of different voices. Mostly has to do with me moving to America and like trying to assimilate in a way, so I just have different voices. Maybe I'll do some voices where y'all. I don't know about that. But anyways, yeah, let's okay. And then rice. Okay, honestly, rice is good. Rice is really good if you trying to like make something stretch. Rice and beans. That's a huge staple. Rice and beans always gonna get you like full you up.
Was a little cheaper than the white rice. Brown rice is also better for you and higher in nutrients, so I'm excited about that. Now I'm in the produce area and jalapenos are so inexpensive. They're loaded with vitamin C and this little tiny jalapeno is under 20 cents, but it really will go far. I'll grab the rest of my produce and then see what I have. Alrighty, I think I picked up all of my groceries for the week. So the first thing I have is a dozen eggs. You can't go wrong with eggs. And then a pound of pinto beans. As you saw, I grabbed the brown rice over the white rice. And then my lentils, next white corn tortillas. This bag of frozen mixed vegetables. This is a larger bag. It's about 12 ounces, so it will really stretch. And then this all-purpose baking mix. I am really excited about this. And then for the produce area, I have an onion, garlic. This apple was on sale, so I'm excited about that. I wasn't going to get an apple originally, but I'm glad I am. And then jalapeno and tomato. Let's get home and let's get started on breakfast this week. I just got back from the store. I had a later start, so I'm about to begin on breakfast.
Let me slide it back a little. Something.
And then jalapeno and tomato. Let's get home and let's get started on breakfast.
Okay, so we have a total. Let me drop this down. I forgot to put it back on. Okay. So we have a total. So everything in the card that you're seeing, she said it came up to $11.83. And that doesn't include tax. That doesn't include tax because I'm pretty sure this should be a thing across all of America. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I live in Texas. I've always lived in Texas since I've been to America. Whenever I travel to other cities, I don't really usually buy groceries or I don't pay attention. But yeah, so this shouldn't include any tax. It's just like what the price is the price. So the total for everything is $11.83. And so that comes up to $1.69 a day. Okay. Wow. So she's gonna, okay. Hold on, play it.
This week. I just got back from the store. I had a later start, so I'm about to begin on breakfast for day one. It is 9:13, so let's get it going.
Very expensive.
I'm starting out by batch cooking my biscuits for the week. I want to make about 10 biscuits for breakfast and for other meals. I am hoping to get 10 out of about 2 1/4 cup of baking mix, so I am going to just add that baking mix right in there. This is not all of the all-purpose baking mix. It's only about half of it. Next, I added in 2/3 cup of water. I'm using water over milk because I didn't grab milk from the store, and honestly, the biscuits will be just as good without the milk and using the water as a substitute. But give this a good mix until it is looking like this, and then you just want to knead it out on your countertop. Just make sure you sprinkle a little bit of that baking mix just so it doesn't stick to your countertop. But after you knead it, go ahead and roll it out thin. Then you want to make your biscuits into biscuits, and I am just using a regular cup to do so, but if you have a cookie cutter or something special, you could use that if you would like. Now I'll place my biscuits on a sheet pan and I'm going to bake them until they are golden brown. Once they were out of the oven, I let them cool down just for a little bit and then I stored them in a zip.
Okay, so honestly, this video I learned. I'm really excited to do all these reaction videos because I learned something from this video. I did not know that there was a baking mix that you can just buy, add like water to it or whatever, and make freaking biscuits. Oh, because listen, if you grocery shop, you know everything has increased, okay? So those Pillsbury biscuits, guys, that shit's like freaking, like if you want the full-size biscuits, they're like almost $4 a can. And I think you get like 8, like either 5, it's probably 5 or 8 in a can. So yeah, and then I don't trust Walmart like that to get their cans out the thing. So yeah, so this seems like it's a worthy alternative to try. So I might do that. I might do that. I might try this out. You might need to add some more stuff to it because I do have the Great Value pancake and waffle mix, and it's not all that. You gotta like really doctor it up, but yeah.
Block bag. You could store them in a container if you would like, but now I'm going to get started on breakfast for days 1 through 4. I'm going to be using 2 eggs for my breakfast for each of these days, and instead of oil on my pan, since oil is expensive and I just didn't grab it from the store, I'm using a couple tablespoons of water. I let that water heat up and then I just added my 2 eggs. The water will help prevent the eggs from sticking a little bit, and then I'm going to season the eggs just with simple salt and pepper. Once they were cooked, I just diced up a little tiny bit of my tomato. I want to stretch that tomato as far as I can. Here's what breakfast is looking like for days 1 through 4. I will basically make like a variation of this every day, kind of depending on what I am feeling for days 1 through 4. But I just have my biscuit, my 2 eggs, and then my tomato. I am about to eat this right now. This is actually more food than I normally eat at like breakfast time. I don't normally eat this much, so I am excited. Typically, like in the morning, I am just getting my little.
So, anyways, um, yeah, I didn't know you can use water to fry an egg. So I learned something. We learning new things, guys. That's the second time she mentioned not using something because she didn't pick it up at the store. So it's like a theme of she's only going to be using what she picked up at the store for food. And I don't think I'm not I don't think I like where this is going.
Little ones ready and getting them food, and sometimes I forget to eat myself, but I am excited to eat this right now. I'm not going to be using these pinto beans on any of the first day's meals, so I am going to soak them overnight. Soaking them overnight is not necessary, but it does help you digest the beans better. It also cooks the beans evenly and quicker. But before I soak them in a large bowl of water, I do like to look through them, just remove any of the like imperfect beans and then rinse them in water. And then there you go, put them in a large bowl and then let them soak overnight if you remember to or want to.
I disagree with her. You should definitely soak all your beans, like especially those dry beans. You definitely should soak them dry beans ahead of time for real. I mean, it does help with cooking. I know it's Instapots, all that stuff, and blah blah blah, but also like the gas and stuff that the beans have.
Differently today, so I kind of made like a biscuit sandwich. So I did 2 fried eggs with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I did a sliced tomato as opposed to like a diced tomato, and then I sliced some jalapenos. I'm really excited about this. This is kind of like different, and if you know me, you know how much I love cheese, so this would be even more perfect with a slice of cheese on top. But I am excited for this breakfast. Now I'm on breakfast.
Okay, notice she mentioned a slice of cheese on top, but I felt like I don't know. It's so many sides you can look at this. So I guess I'm looking at it on the side from if you have it at your house, why don't you just add it in? Yeah, you didn't have to spend the money on it this week, but you already have it at the house. Like if you have cheese in your house, like just add it in. Just be like, yeah, guys, I have some cheese, add it in. But honestly, I feel like the oil okay, like things like oil, seasonings, I feel like that shouldn't count in the budget. But let's see what she's gonna make with this bacon mix again.
For days 5 through 7, I am making apple pancakes, and I'm going to be batch cooking all of the pancakes here on day 5, and then I'll store them in the fridge. I just added the remaining all-purpose baking mix into my bowl with about 3/4 cup of water and 1 egg. I gave it a really good mix, and then I placed it on my griddle. Now I have my apple right here. I'm dividing the apple up into each of these 3 days, and then I'm going to store the apple in a container with water. The water is going to prevent the apple apple from browning. And then I did leave a little section of that apple out. I'm going to dice it up for today's breakfast on day 5. I'm just going to cut it into super small pieces just like this. Once I'm finished cooking up my pancakes, I am just going to plate up some for me today, and then I'll store the rest of them in a bag in the fridge. I just finished up breakfast for days 5 through 7. I made about 10 pancakes
It looks
total.
pretty good.
One of the
Not gonna lie,
pancakes was just a little bit smaller, so I'll be having about
good.
3 pancakes every day for one day if I'm feeling a little bit hungrier. But yeah, I just topped the pancakes with our fresh diced apple. I used part of the apple today, and I'll use the other parts of the apple for the next couple days. I do want to let you know, if you don't like fresh apple, you could also mix the apple in with the batter and then cook it in with the pancakes. That would be really.
So this, I feel like this kind of gave me an idea. I was like, okay, I can make that. You know, this was good. And I don't eat. I don't like a lot of sugar. I really don't like a lot of carbs. So I don't mind not seeing the syrup on this. That doesn't bother me. Like no syrup on the pancakes. That doesn't bother me. Like this is such a great idea. Very, very good. You know, she did, and her pancakes looking really good. So that mix really did. It's a big one. Like it fluffed up really good. I hope it tastes good.
Good too, but the apple is going to add nice sweetness because I am not topping this with any types of syrups or any toppings, just because I'm just using the stuff we got from the store, and I don't know what you guys have on hand, but I am really excited. This smells so good.
Okay, so she just brought up, she don't know what we have on hand. Okay, so if you decide to follow her grocery list and copy her meals, it's okay. It is okay for you to use some syrup with this if that's what you want to do. It's okay. It's okay to add cheese to that previous sandwich if that's what you want to do. So let's go.
Here's breakfast for day 6. We are eating outside for breakfast today just because my little ones were up early and the weather's been nice, so we're just eating outside. I am having my 3 pancakes with diced apple. The apple still hasn't browned yet. I'm putting it in the little container with water in the fridge, but I'm about to eat my breakfast. I am hungry. For my lunches for days 1 through 4, I am making this lentil and rice stew. So to the pan on my stove, I added 2 tablespoons of water along with a small part of my onion and jalapeno that I diced. I'm going to let this saute for a few minutes. Next, I'm adding in a cup and a half of my dry lentils. I did rinse them in my over the sink strainer just to clean them a little bit first. Now I'm adding in a cup and a fourth of my brown rice along with 5 cups of water. Next, I'm going to add in 5 cloves of minced garlic. I am adding in my garlic because we got it from the store. I'm not really adding in any other seasonings just because I didn't pick up any seasonings from the store, and I really don't know what you have at your house as far as seasonings, but I'm going to let this simmer on my stove for about 35 minutes or until the lentils and rice are tender. If you need to add more liquid while this is cooking, go ahead and do so.
That was a lot, yo. The lentils, she just washed them, tossed them in there. She didn't even soak the lentils, none of that. Yeah, you should soak your lentils. You should. It's still a peas, it's a bean. You should definitely soak it before you just toss it up in there and try to cook it. Which I don't, I feel like they didn't all like get soft or whatever. And then did y'all hear what she said about the seasonings? Because she didn't pick none of the seasonings up, she not gonna add no seasonings. Oh my goodness. Oh, I felt like hearing that really stressed me out because she just had some salt and pepper. That's it. Like, okay, yeah, you got garlic, onion. Okay, like you don't got no no adobo, no sazon, like nothing. Okay.
Just so it cooks evenly, but then I added in a cup and a half of our frozen mixed vegetables. I let the vegetables cook and then I served this up. Here is what my plate looks like. I am serving this with a biscuit for the days 1 through 4 for lunch, and this is actually surprisingly really good. I do wish it had a little bit more flavor, so if you have seasonings on hand, go ahead and season it. I stored the rest of it in these containers and placed it in the fridge for my lunches.
Okay, I am so glad she admitted that. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad. But it's just like, ma'am, you don't have to suffer this way. You already doing enough by making these meals. At least make them taste good. because you showing us you eating them. You showing us you eating them. Like, what is everybody else eating? And also, like, that's crazy. Like, you just, everybody else eating this food that you didn't, you just wanted to under season because you didn't buy no seasons at the grocery store because you're doing this content idea for your channel. Like, oh my God. I just can't listen. Even if you want to diet, I promise y'all, don't listen to them people, okay? You can season your food, okay? Just season your food. It's not gonna kill. I promise it's not.
Now that my beans are finished soaking overnight, just look at how different they look
Good.
now. Just strain the water out of the
It's
beans,
ready.
then add your beans into a large pot of water on the stove. I season the beans just with a dash of salt and pepper
Here we
and let
go
this simmer on
again.
your stove for about 2 hours or until the beans are
Ooh,
tender.
that's the
I do
garlic.
want to let you know if you want to use other seasonings that you have on hand, go ahead and do so. I do suggest like bay leaves, garlic powder, paprika, Italian seasoning, and onion powder. But pinto beans are really good by themselves too. They really don't need seasonings, but if you want to amp them up a little bit, go ahead and throw some seasonings in. Now that my pinto beans
Okay, I am so glad she just showed us some seasonings. She showed us the seasonings in the video, so we know she has the seasonings at her house. We know they are at the house. Okay, just put them in the pot, Julia. Put them in the pot. Put them in the pot. Put them in the pot. I understand. Just put them in the pot. Put them in the pot. Like, you had garlic. You had garlic that you did buy at the grocery store. You could have put that in there. And then she said pinto beans is. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because I feel like whenever I get pinto beans out at the store, no, those ranchero beans. That's different. I don't know. I don't know what kind of beans they use in there. I was gonna say, Soul Man's doctors it up, but I felt like I've been to, restaurants, Hispanic restaurants, and they got some like bacon, little stuff in there, like not bacon, but like pork stuff in the beans. Like you need something in the beans.
are tender. I am just going to let them cool down completely. Then I'm going to store them in a large container in the fridge for the week. For my lunches, days 5 through 7, I am having these pinto bean brown rice tacos. I'll heat the pinto beans up just in a little bowl in the microwave. Here's what lunch is looking like for days 5 through 7. I have 3 corn tortillas right here. I'll either be eating like 2 or 3 for the next few days, just depending on what I want. And then I top the corn tortillas with a little bit of pinto beans or brown rice and then some fresh produce. I just did the jalapenos, onion, and diced tomatoes. I did a very small amount of the produce just because I want it to stretch for the next few days. But since I am halfway done with this week, I do want to let you know how things are going and how I am feeling. I'm just going to start out with breakfast.
Okay, let's talk about this meal. It actually looks pretty decent, and yeah, it looks pretty decent. It looks pretty decent. She did her thing. It was a great idea. Just the overall idea, the concept was great. I'm not gonna say how I feel like what it would taste like. It's not something that I want to run to go try from her. Like, it's not giving. Y'all know when you see somebody on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, like make some food, you're like, oh my God, ooh, I want to try some. Ooh, send me a plate. Ooh, I can't wait to try. It's not giving that.
Because it's the first meal of the day. Typically at breakfast time, I eat like a small bowl of oatmeal. I don't eat quite a lot for breakfast on normal days just because I have my little ones running around that I am trying to help and feed. So at breakfast time, I've been eating more than normal, and that has led me to not feeling like I need to snack in between breakfast and lunch, which is great. So I am able to hold myself over until lunchtime without any snacks, and then lunchtime has been a bit more than normal as well. On some days for lunch, I just don't eat much just because I'm running around my house with my little ones trying to help them. But these lunches have been bigger than normal, which leads to not needing snacks at like 3 p.m. I don't know about you, but like every day around 3 p.m., I just snack a little bit, but I haven't needed to snack these past few days, which is really nice. And then for dinner time has been great as well. I haven't been craving like fast food. I haven't been craving snacks or sugar in my pantry. So I'm really happy at how well I have been doing so far and how delicious these meals are. I'm going to eat this lunch right now. Now for dinner on day 1, I am making this lentil and veggie skillet. So I measured out a half a cup of lentils. Now I'm dicing a small amount of my onion and I'm mincing 5 cloves of garlic. Over to the pan on my stove, I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of
Okay, sorry. That was a little too fast. I thought I changed the speed this whole time, y'all. Oh my god. Okay, let's put it on that. It should be the same.
water. Next, I'm adding in the onion and garlic. I'm going to saute this
She's
around
really
for
killing
about 2
me
minutes. Next, you're going to want to add
by
in your
not using
lentils. Just
any
toss those
oil.
lentils right in there.
Since
Then
I know
add
you
in
got
about a cup
some
and a
butter,
half of
something
water.
is
Now I'm adding in
burning.
a third a cup of my frozen mixed vegetables. Give this a stir, and then I did season this just with a dash of salt and pepper. Let this simmer covered for about 20 minutes, stirring it occasionally, and my house was smelling so good once this was through cooking.
I feel like this is how your taste buds go blind. Like when you force yourself to eat food with just salt and pepper, I feel like that's when you force your taste buds to go blind. Because you constantly eating the you forcing it on your taste buds to be like understanding that this is good. This food is good. This flavor profile is hitting. This flavor profile is giving. It's giving, honey. It's
Here's what dinner looks like on day 1. It really was so good. It didn't make a ton of it, so that is why I'm just having it for dinner on day 1. I finished.
Yeah, it honestly, she said she didn't make a ton of it. So, okay, that don't look too bad, but she could have did that with the she could have ate some of the tortillas with that. That's what she could have ate some of the tortillas with that for like if she wanted a little bit more protein. But I don't know. Look, I feel like she's suffering. Like look at the kids. They Chobani. They got some fruit. They got so the kids not eating what she eating.
My bowl and it was really delicious, and this is eating for $1 a day for myself. The rest of my family is eating what they would normally eat for the week. Here's what dinner looks like for.
Okay, so the rest of her family is eating what they normally eat. It's only her that is suffering. Okay, my bad. I shouldn't say it like that. She not being wasteful. Okay, that's the better term. Cause she cooking the food, so she like using it or whatever. But I felt like she should have. She could have used more seasonings.
For days 2 through 5, I crisped up my corn tortillas just on the stove, and they crisped up so nicely without any oil. And then I topped them with our cooked pinto beans. As you see, the pinto beans are like perfectly soft, and then a little bit of the onion, fresh tomato, and jalapeno. I am excited to eat this for dinner. It looks so good and fresh. For dinner on days 6 and 7, I am having these eggs and beans.
So that previous one she just did, or she made like the tortillas into like a tostada. That's a really good idea. And if you have like some hot sauce, something you can put on top of that, or like if you follow this what she did to the T, you can crack one of them eggs, put it on top of there. Cause I don't know. She eating 2 eggs a day. You don't need to. I feel like you don't need to eat 2 eggs for breakfast, but yeah.
So I'm adding my eggs into the pan on the stove, and then on day 6 I'm using 2 eggs, and on day 7 I'll just be using 1 egg. Crack your eggs over the beans, and then I'm just seasoning them with a dash of salt and pepper. Cook your eggs through at this point, and this is so easy. Then you just have to serve it up. I'm serving mine with some crispy corn tortillas on the side. I crisped up my corn tortillas just on a pan on the stove. I didn't use any oil or any water. They crisped up really nicely. Then I topped mine with a little bit of the produce that I have left. I'm about to eat.
So yeah, that don't look too bad, I guess. And then this the one that's coming up. This the last one.
My last dinner for this week, but before I do that, I do want to fill you in and let you know how things actually went. So first off, I do wish some of the meals had a little bit more seasoning to them besides salt and pepper. Just simple seasonings like chili powder and Italian seasoning would go a really long way. Also, I do wish some of the meals had cheese, but I just had these meals with simple salt and pepper, and I do think they still had a lot of flavor. They were good. I didn't feel like I was forcing myself to get through a meal. They were delicious. Next, all of these meals left me full in between meals, so I wasn't needing to snack. I did have a couple cuties at the end of this week. I just had some on hand that I ate. If you're looking to eat for a little over $1 a day, I definitely recommend trying this. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. I'll see you.
Honestly, I am glad she came clean. This honestly, she's cute. She is cute. This is a very cute creator. This is a really great idea. I really appreciate her making this video. She does have that other video. Is this like 20 minutes long? I don't know. Maybe I'll do this other video too. But this video is already long enough. So if you guys, well, that was way back in 2023, she said. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's it for the reaction video. Thumbs up this video or heart the video, whatever you can do, wherever you're seeing this. And I'll see y'all in the next reaction video. Bye!